I love Monster Hunter. Specifically, I love Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Now, you might ask yourself, why is certified Rise Glazer and self-proclaimed Wilds hater Spinosaur311 making a video about Wilds? I'll get to that. Before we begin, I should probably say that I've only played Rise and Sunbreak, most of Stories 3, and I haven't even been GOG and Wilds, so that might affect my opinions. I decided to make this video because these past few days every Monster Hunter YouTuber has been doing Wilds DLC predictions, and I wanted to get in on the action. I normally don't do scripted content, but if this is received well, then I might consider doing more. Anyways, I'm sure you want me to stop rambling, so let's get into the actual video. Alright, let's get the obvious out of the way. Shigaru Magala is in. If Shigaru is not in Wilds, Capcom will have multiple assassins at their doorstep, sent by all the 4U players, as well as me. Shigaru Magala is one of my favorite monsters to fight in Sunbreak, and while I haven't fought its Risen form yet, I've heard that it's one of the hardest challenges that Monster Hunter has ever offered, so a 9 or 10 star MR Shigaru would fit right in with the bullshit that current endgame Wilds throws at you. Seriously, the damage is comparable to late game Sunbreak, Flaming Espionage. And I could even see some of its Risen moveset transferring into its base moveset when it inevitably gets in. Now, with both Gore Magala and Shigaru Magala guaranteed, I feel like this Wilds DLC would be highly lacking without the addition of Chaotic Gore Magala. Another amazing fight in Sunbreak, Chaotic Gore perfectly blends what I like about its predecessor and its complete form. A Chaotic Gore Magala is created when the ascendance of a Gore Magala into a Shigaru Magala is interrupted. Monster Hunter Wilds is all about its big and connected ecosystems and seasons, and I think that Shigaru Magala's immense destructive force would be all the more reason to stop the creation of one in a story mission, only for one to rise in the shadows, hidden from the Hunter's Guild. Since Shigaru Magala would most likely be placed in the Ice Shard Cliffs as a roaming encounter like Gore Magala, I think that every area should get an ecosystem-altering Elder Dragon of its own. For the Scarlet Forest, I believe that Chameleos is the best pick. Chameleos have the ability to create a dense fog, and while not as dangerous as the Frenzy virus, the fog can still affect the ecosystem of the forest in a somewhat drastic way. Chameleos also isn't very powerful, so it could be a good intro to normal-sized Elder Dragons for new players. With both the Ice Shard Cliffs and the Scarlet Forest all set on Elders, this next Elder Dragon would fit perfectly into the Windward Plains. The Steel Dragon, Kushala Daora, has mastery over wind, and is accompanied by violent storms, similar to those seen during the Sand Tide. For every Elder Dragon mentioned so far, a new season should probably accompany their arrival in each area, like how New Udra spawns during the Fire Spring. A special Kushala Daora storm could spell disaster for the people of Kunafa, and might make a good plot point for a potential story. The next Elder Dragon I propose for this Wilds DLC is Teostra. While the Oilwell Basin already has an Elder Dragon in Gogmazios, there is currently no roaming Elder for us to face. Teostra's body runs so incredibly hot that it impacts the area it inhabits. An off-schedule fire spring could cause great trouble for the people of Azuz, which could, in turn, cause the guild to interfere with their matters once more. Additionally, Kushala Daora and Teostra have been in every Monster Hunter game since their inception, so it would only be natural to include them both. I present to you my wild card pick for the ruins of Wyveria, Nakarkos. Nakarkos have immense appetites, and have led to the consumption of entire human settlements in a single night. The ruins of Wyveria constantly hatch guardian monsters out of the cocoons deep in the caves. This constant supply of food could satiate a Nakarkos and produce a worthy rival for Shei Wu. This excessive predation could lead to a lower supply of guardians than usual, upsetting the ecosystem as Nakarkos have done in the past. While not a flashy weather change like Chameleos, Kushala Daora, or Teostra, the arrival of a Nakarkos will surely be felt when the quiet consumes the ruins. Nakarkos could have many new attacks because of the new bones and abilities featured in Monster Hunter Wilds, and the ruins of Wyveria allow most monsters to appear, so there will be no shortage of new weaponry for the Skeleton Dragon. Alright, I know I've exclusively said Elder Dragon so far, but this is the last one. With so many Elder Dragons now in the Forbidden Lands, The arrival of one last Elder may re-establish the balance of the ecosystem. Nergigante preys on Elder Dragons, and now that there are Elder Dragons in Wilds, Nergigante has food. I propose that Nergigante, like Arkveld, should spawn in every area and reap its way through them mercilessly. A threat this great should surely require guild intervention, right? I would now like to clarify once more that I am currently LARPing, as I have never touched Monster Hunter World. Now, as much as I despise focus mode, it is unfortunately a mechanic of Monster Hunter Wilds, and a very effective one at that. A lot of Rise and Sunbreak's monsters have power-up states that reward you for hitting certain parts. Many returning monsters also share those traits. In no particular order, I will now name off some potential non-Elder candidates that could be abused by focus mode. Galsarag, Acilos, Lunagaran, Garangolm, Almudron, Basilgeuse, Zinogre, Basarios, Magnamalo, Silverathlos, and Goldrathian. These are all monsters that can power up to deal heavy damage, but can also be greatly punished by a competent hunter. I would like to see all of these monsters return in Wilds. Unfortunately, I often become too blinded by my love for Sunbreak. However, I expect at least 3 of the monsters I listed to appear in Wilds. With the Wilds expansion, it's almost guaranteed that new Guardian monsters will awaken to feed Nakarkos. We currently have Guardians that represent 3 out of the 5 elements in Monster Hunter. Guardian Rathalos for Fire, Guardian Folger Anjanath for Thunder, and Guardian Ebony Odogaron for Dragon. 2 of these 3 are elemental variants of existing monsters, and I feel like we should represent all 5. I have selected 2 elemental variants to represent the Water and Ice Guardians. Guardian Koro Puke Puke is a great pick for the Water element. From what I've seen and heard, Koro Puke Puke is underrated and is overshadowed by the other much stronger monsters in Iceborne. The ability to shoot jets of water could allow Guardian Koro Puke Puke to detonate the Wilt Crystals easily and capitalize off of the Guardian mechanic. There aren't many ice variants of existing monsters, so I've settled on Guardian Jade Baroth being our ice rep. Jade Baroth can fling snow at interlopers and coat themselves in snow to harden their shells. Since there is no snow in Wyveria, the snow could be a construct of super-cooled Wilk that the Guardian Jade Baroth can produce as it feeds. Surely the ancient civilization created more super weapons than just Zoshia, so why not make some of the most powerful monsters into Guardians to fight in raging battles? Get it? Raging? Yeah, our next monster is Guardian Raging Brachydios. This implementation is simple. Just make the slime that Guardian Raging Brachydios produces able to react with Wilt Crystals. Furthermore, allow the slime to fully coat the Wilk for later use, making it untouchable by hunters, leading to even more devastating explosions from this savage brute wyvern. On the topic of savage brute wyverns, Guardian Savage Deviljho. Now, picture this. Wilk everywhere. Guardian Savage Deviljho about to release a beam of pure dragon energy. And boom! You've now gained an express ticket back to camp via Palico-drawn cart. Now, hear me out. Which monster has the best control over the elements? Elatrion. Guardian Elatrion would be pure chaos, with explosions everywhere. I suggest they remove Iceborne's DPS check entirely, and focus on what makes Elatrion, the sheer elemental dominance that this black dragon shows. Guardian Elatrion would be incredibly adept at detonating Wilt Crystals, making sure that hunters would have to perfectly position themselves in order to survive the onslaught. Crimson Glow Valstrax is one of the Elder Dragons I didn't mention in the focus mode section. Guardian Crimson Glow Valstrax could possibly power up its lasers and balls of dragon energy by directly absorbing the Wilk and coating its thrusters with it. Even more explosions than usual could make this already amazing fight even more exciting. Hold on, that's my phone. Oh, hello there, Yu Tokida, director of Monster Hunter Wilds. What's that? You want me to stop being right about my predictions? Am I recording right now? No. Okay, I'm gonna let you go now. Bye-bye. Wow, I can't believe the director of Monster Hunter Wilds called me to tell me to stop being right. I am such a profit.